Okay, so hi guys, welcome back to the Pop My Cherry podcast. First of all, I just want to apologise because there wasn't an episode out last week, but we are back. We have been upgrading, really stepping our pussies up here. We're now officially in the city. We're motherfucking city girls. Yes! Get ready, world, because we are fucking taking over. So we're in the city centre. It's myself, Kirstyn, and Sean today. And also, I'm sure you've noticed, rest in peace, sheen curtains. Thank fuck.
See you later.
Oh my God. Like, you see, now when we're looking back, like, they were really, really tacky. Like, you see, anytime we ever had a guest on and we, like, invited them to collaborate in a post, like, they never accepted the collaboration. And I don't blame them because it would have fucked up their feed. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I didn't mind them.
I suppose they served their purpose.
They did.
And I suppose it became a bit of like a joke. But then I think, do you know what? We really want to just like, you know, like level the fuck up. This is given like UTB life, isn't it?
It is.
Yeah.
But like for like sex workers.
Babe
Do you know, babe, right, Kirstyn? Bit far, no, it is very like Babe Station-esque, like Red Room, 50 Shades of Grey.
I was getting like Austin Powers.
Oh, that's the vibe.
Yes.
You know,
Yes. Like revolve, all we need is like a revolving bed or something. It's very like, it's given pussy, it's given like, you know, sexy, you know, like all of our listeners, you are all like sexy people, you know, all them people that are like 30 and above, the over 30 club. So yeah, we've really, really leveled up. We're investing so much into it. And there's going to be a lot coming. So if you can telepathically guess what I'm saying, that is coming very, very soon. So if you are a regular listener, you're going to want to keep an ear out on the socials for that. But yes, shout out to AP Events. Paul and Ashley, they are the ones behind this here and they've done a fantastic job. So this week is a wee bit different. We're doing a bit of a different thing that we've never done before here on the podcast and we're going to see how it goes. Very, very interesting. We do dilemmas, but we've kind of thought, let's take the dilemmas a wee bit further. So we've got some of our regular listeners. They have been involved and they're going to be starring in this episode and we're going to be hearing some of their thoughts, opinions, dilemmas, stories. So we're going to see how it goes. I think it's going to be a very interesting one. So we're calling it the Hotline. But before we get into it, guys, we just want to give a quick mention to our sponsor for this week's episode, which are Wavy Ice. Wavy Ice have sponsored it before. And we're just so delighted to have them on board for this month because this is Pride Month. June was technically Pride Month, but we say June and July because Belfast Pride is coming up now on the 26th. So Wavy Ice have created a bundle. So I've got the bundle here in front of me, as you can see. So this is their new Pride bundle. So I'm going to show you everything that you get inside, and obviously there'll be a link below. So this is the box. We're going to do a wee unboxing here, very TikTok. And this is everything that you get inside. This is kind of like ASMR.
That's literally what I was going to say
Isn't
there.
it? Yeah, oh, I love the sound of that.
Run your nails along it.
Oh. I don't even know if the microphone will pick that up.
We're getting it.
Getting it? Oh my gosh, right. So you get the vibe. Oh, listen to the rip. So this is everything that you get inside. So you're getting all of the flavours of the sip pouches. So these cocktail pouches are pre-made cocktails, perfect for your pre's, your pre-Pride parties, or whatever you're doing to celebrate Pride before you're going out, maybe going to the parades. You can enjoy these wee cocktails. Hopefully we get good weather in Pride. It would be a cardinal sin if we didn't get good weather for the gays. We have got this is the Wavy Ice Pop. So this was their original first product. They come in so many different flavours. You've got tropical whiskey. We have got black grape and white rum. We have got cola. Oh, I love cola. I love an ice pop. Do you?
Yeah.
I love
An ice pop. But these are like naughty, like ice pops. You know, I always loved getting them in sports day whenever you were a kid.
Yeah.
But these are the bad ones for the bad bitches only. And then, of course, for the next day, these are a lifesaver. These are the melted hangover gummies. So you're getting everything that you need. This is your Pride bundle for all of your Pride festivities and celebrations. And this is the best part about it. 100% of the proceeds from the Pride bundle are going towards the Rainbow Project, which is obviously of a very, very important cause. Does so much work for the LGBTQIA plus community. So, you know, everything at the minute, you know, we've talked on here before, like there's a bit of a window period. Things go forward, things go backwards. So it's very much important right now to show your support for this community. Very misrepresented. Pride's going to be such a big thing. And it's just amazing to see a brand like Wavy Ice actually getting involved in it. So we're going to leave a link in the description section from the heart. really would appreciate if you do get involved with this, because 100% of the proceeds are going towards the Rainbow Project. And a special thanks to Wavy Ice for sponsoring the episodes for this month. And this is all going to be fun, fabulous, flamboyant, and gay as fuck for the month of July. So that is everything that you need to know with our sponsor. Are we ready to get into the hotline? Are we ready, guys?
Let's do it.
Ready?
Let's go.
Right. So, guys, from myself, I would like to introduce you officially to the hotline.
Do you know what? I'm sitting in this office here. I just thought I'd voice note you. He has me sitting in pure stunning weather outside, and I'm sitting here answering phones. Like, I'm just here to fucking pass the time. Can't believe it, like. What are you doing tonight? Here on Fridays, you just want to go out for drinks? 2 seconds. This fucking phone. What's that? Hello, you're through to the hotline? All right, give me a minute. Gerry, you free? I put this through? All right, bye-bye.
Hello, you're through to the hotline.
A little bit of a backstory. I used to be in a friendship group of about 5-6 girls, and there was a bit of a divide over some issues. However, it is one of the girls' birthdays coming up soon, and she's having a barbecue. And I have found out that another one of the girls who I had a falling out with over the issues is going to the barbecue. Now, I need to know what to do. I am not the sort of person that will not go because she's going. Because I don't want to miss out, and I don't want to be that person that just doesn't do stuff because somebody else is going to be there. I deserve to go and have fun as well, and I deserve to celebrate my friend's birthday. My dilemma is, how do I approach her being there? Do I ignore that she even exists? Do I pull her aside and say, look, you know, we're both here for the same thing. Maybe we should just stay civil tonight. Should I pull her and have a go at her for what she did? What should I do? So I'm not going to be the only one going who is going to find this slightly awkward, okay? But I also need to bear in mind that my friend who's having the party doesn't deserve any hassle at her birthday. So please, if you could let me know. Love the podcast, and I'd love a face reveal for Sean.
Thank you. Interesting. LOL, face reveal, I know.
Yeah.
Look, he's on a billboard around the city. You can find him.
See to begin.
Right, what am I
I
thinking?
just love this format.
I love it.
I think it's
love it.
class.
It's given like it's
Point 2, I found that really hard not to put it on 1.5.
really. Oh, because you're just so. Are you like a speedy upper?
I'm
No,
so
I'm
used
the
to
same. I listen
doing
to everything in 2.
Yeah.
I'm the same, but no, we gotta stretch it out because everybody's got to hear it properly. So what do we think?
Right, so
We've got a friendship group. One person's maybe been like, there's been a conflict of interest, or somebody's maybe the friendship group has broken in some sort of a way. One person's still linked to a member. So there seems to be one person's created a ruckus.
yeah.
That person's maybe not so much in the friendship group anymore, but is still friends with a mutual friend. So they're all going to be in the same vicinity with this person that they've all had a disagreement with. And what is their best way to handle it? Are they better to be the bigger person and just like coexist? Hello, like, how are you? Small talk. Are they better is this an opportunity to confront the situation, to try to resolve it? Or are they better completely blanking them? What do we think?
Life's too short. You know, I mean,
In what context?
just I think move on.
Yeah.
Enjoy the party.
Yeah.
Let your friends enjoy the party.
Yeah.
And, you know,
Yeah.
It's not the day to do it.
It's not. That's
It's
true.
not the day
That's
to
not
do
the
it.
day to do
It's
it.
not. It's,
Like, because you ever see sometimes them things, you maybe like go to
Yeah.
like, I don't know, like say like a christening or something, and then it all kicks
And then it
off,
all
and you're
kicks
kind of
off.
like, oh, come
Take the
on,
person's day away.
time and a place, yeah,
I think she's right. I would hold her head up high and I'd be the bigger person.
bigger person,
And I think she knows that anyway.
really,
Yeah, because she seems, but I think it says more about her
yeah.
being the bigger person.
And I always think as well, if there's a few people that seem to maybe have like a problem, right, with this one individual, I always say sit back and let karma do the work, because someone, you might not necessarily, don't be the person just to confront it. Like, this isn't Real Housewives. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, we love the Bravo moments. We love to see, you know, like
Yeah.
Erica Jane going at it, or Denise Richards, like, absolutely fucked at the table.
Lisa Rinna throwing glass.
Oh
of
my
wine.
God, I love Lisa Rinna. I wish she'd come back. You know, it's not that, because you're going to end up Jen Shah like, you know, like, and, you know, you don't want to cause a row or anything like that there, I would definitely say, I just think let nature run its course with this one.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you this. You see, at that party, someone's going to bite. Don't let it be you, though. So
No.
that's what I mean. Sit back, get a popcorn, because
Be all regal about
someone's
it.
going to drink
Yes.
one too many mimosas, and
Exactly.
somebody will do what you likely consider doing anyway, and you just sit back and, you know.
That friend who like is, you know, like the outsider now,
Yeah.
is probably like really anxious about getting involved with this anyway.
So they're likely thinking, oh, fuck Jesus, you know.
What am I going to do here?
Yeah.
They
Right.
might not turn up.
Yeah. And then also, I think, but then it's that thing. Do you know what the saying goes? I always say, like, and I was saying this earlier, it's like, always make sure that you you can get a handshake. And by what I mean by that is, you can fall out with friends. There's friends that I don't speak to anymore, or we had like a disagreement, or we had different values, or we're in different places in life. But it's that thing, if you're going to go into Tesco's and you see somebody and you have to go down a different aisle, we want to avoid that. We want to be able to be in spaces where we don't feel awkward, where we don't feel uncomfortable, you know. So it's kind of, I would like to say, be the bigger person and assess the situation.
I
But
think
if
that's
if they start giving jip, then, you know, like,
Yeah.
defend yourself and, you know, but
Oh yeah, prepare your
Yeah,
script.
prepare your
you know,
script.
like, nearly be ready, like, you know, what the fuck do you say? But no, don't go like that. That's a bit, you know,
And another
it's a bit
thing.
tacky. What do you think?
Yeah. Let bygones be bygones.
Yeah. And
Enjoy
I would-
yourself.
And enjoy
Enjoy.
yourself. And at
Yeah.
the end of the day, you're all celebrating your friends. I'd say make the focus about that there. And clearly, if this person's friends, like a good and a true friendship with this person whose birthday it is, then I'd like to think that they would be decent enough to have the same intention, that everybody's there to celebrate your other friend, and you just learn to agree for the night, or just keep out of each other's way. You know, go and get a wee vol-au-vent, you know.
Yeah. Aye. Go over to the buffet with some
Yeah.
of your other mates that are pissed
And then
off
I'll
with her.
give you advice as well. This is because this is what sometimes happens. Don't turn around and start knacking drinks.
Yes.
Do you know what I mean? Do you not like nervous, come down, like awkward, like as in,
Drinking,
like
wits out.
drinking nearly. Oh my god, I need a bit of Dutch courage here. Like, oh my god, I can't believe they're there.
'Cause
Fuck
you'll
it.
they'll say
and you're
something
pinning
you'll regret.
It's all going to come bubbling out. You're going to be like, you know, like. Well, I'm a spud expert. You know, whenever you leave them on and you have too much water in the saucepan, I know now, obviously, because I'm qualified at making spuds.
Yep.
You know, whenever you have too much water in the saucepan and then you have it up at maybe 5 or 6, you're
Just
going to be
starts
up at
to
5 or
bubble,
6. But if
bubble.
you've put too much water in, it's going to bubble over, bitch. So I would say, classy. You're better than that.
Yeah, I think that's
Yeah.
good advice.
Yeah.
Aye. Because then this is the thing. It'll fall on you and you'll feel worse for it the next day. You'll wake up with a hangover because it likely won't happen sober because you'll be more in control. And I like to say that's not the night to get pissed either. Because you already feel maybe like you're walking on eggshells, or you're in a situation where you're like, oh God, there's the elephant in the room kind of feeling. So that's not the night to start, you know, getting like Tony Blair locked.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Have
You
we
are be in control of the situation
ever been in this situation before?
in life.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like us.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
everybody's
I
like
think
But
everybody's
everybody has.
experienced
I
it.
think everybody's likely had a moment of that, like, pretty much, I'll let Gemma know she's a fat cunt.
And I feel for the
Do you know
girl
what I
walking
mean?
in, because
That's
is a
from Big Brother, by the way.
That's a nerve-wracking thing, walking in and going, oh,
Yeah.
like this.
That
I don't
awkward
know
feeling.
how
It's
this
not
is
nice.
gonna go.
But it's not nice for anybody. So
No,
everybody should make an effort
exactly.
to try to either ignore it, avoid it, or make it amicable.
Yep.
Do you know what I mean? Because even though you disagree with your friend, I'm sure it's awkward for them as well. They don't want, that's not ideal for them either. It's not ideal for anybody. So everybody should just put their best foot forward.
Don't let it ruin the vibe.
Yes.
You know what I could do with my wee coffee? I will go for a ribbon. No, I'll go for a coffee. Oh, fuck me. Jesus Christ. Hello, you're through to the hotline. Again. Fuck me, we have some dilemmas like.
Hello, you're through to the hotline.
Thought I would share this story outside my circle of friends, but I have listened to every single one of your podcasts and thought, why the hell not? I would love to hear what your listeners think and also what you would have done in this situation. So, rewind 7 years ago, I was living in Florida. I was working in a luxury country club. Money is no object. I was there for a year. I obviously built up quite a rapport with a lot of the guests, and these people soon become your family. And one particular family I really, really got very close with, and they would have given me backhanders. You were never allowed to accept cash, but you could do it on the side. So there was times when I was doing events for them at their house, they would have maybe slipped me $1,000. This went on for nearly a full year. Now, this family was a little bit older. The guy and the wife were in their early 70s at the time. And one evening, I was hosting an intimate gathering at his house at a barbecue. After the event was over, there had been a lot of drinks. The guys were all smoking cigars round the table. And he was trying to be a bit of a Jack the Lad, but he pulled me to the side. He said that he wanted to thank me for all what I have done over the last year. He knew I was going home and he had an offer for me. And basically, he offered me $25,000 to give him a blowjob. And I was just so shocked and I was just so traumatized. And actually at the time I was like, oh my goodness, like I seen you as a father figure in my life over the last year. And I was just so offended that I literally just said no. And then I was moving home after a couple of weeks. So I just never ever seen him again. Now looking back, I wish I had have maybe asked more questions, like, did I have to, like, make him come? Like, was it just a one-off? How quickly would have I got the £25,000? Because in hindsight, I think I made a very rash decision. So I'd love to know what people would think. Bear in mind, this man was in his early 70s at the time. I was in my mid-20s, but 25k. What's your thoughts?
I would have bargained.
Oh my God, hold on. Get the phone down. Fuck, this is good.
Oh my God.
This is my kind of shit. Right, oh my God. Right. Oh my God! Sam! Guys! Right, first of all, country club, what a fucking flex.
Yeah.
Number two, cash handers.
Yeah, I've heard of like people going to America doing this type of stuff.
Right.
You know, James O'Keefe done something similar, and
did
he was
he?
like working in a place like that, and like
Oh my God,
says
right.
there'd be like wee like creepy things like that happening.
Yes, really?
I can't get over this. This is wild.
Oh my God, stop it.
But right, so let's unpack
So right,
it.
first of all, country club backhanders, absolutely love that. That's all great. $1,000 for a backhander though. So if she was working there for about a year, that's at least 12 grand.
Yeah.
That's insane, right? So country club vibes. Sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, I'm a bit of a magpie. Money talks, and money makes people look good. I do, like, some people are stinking. Like, for instance, there's some men out there, and it's a bit like, no tea, no shade. If you were in a cost cutter uniform, you maybe wouldn't have the same vibe, but you're hot whenever you're wearing your Ralph Lauren shirt. Let's be real. Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Do you get what I mean?
I
We're
get
all
that.
guilty of that, I think.
Yeah.
Some people aren't maybe a looker, but money can make them look a certain way. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
So, was he 76 and maybe moderately attractive for a 76-year-old man with a lot of money? But then I suppose if you were maybe, it comes down to this. Are you a feminist or are you not? Do you know what I mean? If you think about it. So some people would be so horrified and so like, because it's objectifying.
Mm-hmm.
Like that you could be bought or that nearly like being intimate with you is like transactional. But then some people are very much like sex work thinking forward. And, you know, what do you think? I'm just creating like the discussion, like the debate of it before we say what we think.
Like, that's the thing. I get where
Because
like,
we're also against it. But then how many times in life have you heard people being like, oh, I'd love to start an OnlyFans, or oh, I wish I was a stripper, or I'd love to sell pictures of my feet online.
or
And
who's
people
dick do I need to suck to get
to
this
get
here?
ahead. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, so sometimes, but then sometimes we nearly see it as like, I don't know. What do you think? Because it sounds
initially,
so.
right?
If somebody brought the offer to you, you would be so naturally horrified.
Yeah.
You would feel violated,
If-
disgusted,
especially
like,
because
you pervy old man.
There's a year of history there,
Yeah, like-
because and it's
and then
like
disappointment because you maybe thought that this person was like a
Family?
friend or
Like-
like a family figure or like
yeah,
Yeah.
and it's like, oh, was that not all sincere? Like that
yeah,
wee relationship
you thought it was
that
like
we had.
yeah,
And then you look back on maybe fond memories, and you're like,
yeah.
These are
oh,
tarnished now.
they're
Yeah.
tarnished.
Yeah.
Like I thought you were like I thought
Yeah.
you were like grandpa, and
Yeah.
then now you're like
Wanting me.
yeah,
Now you're more like daddy.
yeah.
Daddy.
But not even granddaddy, like, you know.
Yeah.
So what about? But then, From what she says, he sounded quite like just more. It didn't sound. It just sounded more like transactional. Like, look, I've really valued your time, but I was just thinking, like, if you wanted to maybe win, like, or not win, if you wanted to maybe earn or whatever. I don't know, like $26,000. Like, you know, like I'd be up for it, but like it's up to you. It was sounding more like a proposition.
Yeah. It didn't sound like a demand.
A bit more like, you know, no Edmonds deal or no deal vibes.
Yeah.
Like, there's the box. Like, you know, it's up to you. Do you want to stick or swap? Do you know what I mean?
Oh, Jesus.
So what do I think? So I'm likely the worst person to ask this to because, you know, like...
I think... could you have bartered for
I don't know
more?
are we meant to say what we would do? Well, Sean, you can't really answer that, like,
no.
though. If you were like no, don't, like, we'll leave you out of this. Kirstyn,
Is it?
What do you think?
I think, this is awful, but see if I was younger, it's something I actually would have thought about.
Yeah, she was working in the country club at a younger age.
It's something, when you're younger, that's so much money.
Yeah.
And you're thinking, what, all I have to do is this?
Uh-huh.
That's something that would have crossed my mind, if I'm being brutally honest.
Yeah.
It would have.
So that's what I mean, when there's two types of ways you can look at this.
There's two types of ways, and I get that, and you'll probably get so much hate, but it's like you are thinking of, God, that's a lot of money. But then you're valuing yourself. Are you going to value yourself?
But then it's also, it's like how, you know, like...
You'll always remember that.
Yeah.
And I suppose that's what you'll have to live with.
So there's the part where, like, you could turn around and be like, fuck it, and do it, and then you'll always feel that, like, oh my God.
I did that.
And that was like dirty money, and you'd feel like nearly like, oh my God, like, why did I naively let myself do that? Why did I let money... why did I let money be... such a persuasion to my own core values and dignity. Do you know what I mean, in a way? Because you're violating yourself for money.
I do think it's something that'll stick with you. If that had happened, I think it's something you would have carried.
And I think of the money you'll spend on therapy and stuff.
Yeah.
But then, like, I'm not being funny, Birkin girl. like, you know, and Christian Dior, real pussy good.
A part of me feels sorry for the guy because he doesn't have a lot of time left.
Yeah,
and it seems like
so
then
he's put a year into this.
Yeah.
And then he went, oh shit.
God love him.
So then it's given a wee bit like, you know, like Make-A-Wish kind of vibe. Do you know what I mean? Like, Grandpa hasn't got long left.
I want to know that the wife knows.
Send him off. No, suck him off and send him off. No, is that bad? That's bad.
He just wants some sloppy toppy before he goes.
Yeah.
Fuck's sake.
Like, you know, I say his wife's slightly, you know, she's got like slightly false teeth now at this point.
She's slightly gone.
You know, but then some girls do give, like, you know, or guys as well. Some people do give, like, we'll not make it a gender thing, but some people do give a teethy blowy.
Yeah.
You know, meanwhile, like a granny with no teeth, like that would be.
I'll just take them out.
Yeah, take them out and away you go.
Imagine if she was shaded.
So I don't know why he's looking elsewhere.
Well. Imagine if she was shaded giving blowies too.
And
and he's like,
that would be the worst. Imagine, right? And then he turned around. This is shit. Actually, imagine, like, say 10 seconds and no, you're too much teeth, and then wouldn't give the 26 because it was a shit blowjob.
Oh,
that's even worse.
Oh, I don't know about that. Oh,
that's even worse.
That's worse.
You know what I love as well about her voice note? She says, "How quickly would I get the 25 grand?"
But
it's like the invoice for it.
Yeah, you need, like, you know, like one of them, like, James Bond briefcases.
It's like,
with like all the cash in it. Like, you need, like, no, it would have to be like the briefcase. Thank you. Yes. I would not be trusting like a bank transfer.
No.
Not a fuck.
Oh
no way. Plus, also, it would likely bounce with the bank. Like, why is 26 grand being put into your bank? No, it would have to be cash and it would have to be in a briefcase.
And straight after.
God, we sound so dodgy. But no, we're not.
I'd be like, as soon as I'm up off my knees, I want that money.
Yeah, like 100%. Wipe the knees and away you go. Take a briefcase.
We're saying if you're completely sure that you think that you could cope with doing something like this.
So this is the thing. The thing is with sex work and stuff, like sex workers, and I'm very, like, I suppose I would be very liberal minded, to be honest. I think if you have the resilience and that kind of mind where you are able to actually, and I've talked about this on here before, like even with like relationships and stuff, if you're able to detach from, which I don't think is necessarily, I'm not saying that's a healthy thing, but if you naturally can detach where you can see that as something that is transactional, because like sex workers can, but then also I say it does come with a lot of like emotional baggage. That kind of job is not an easy job. People make out like, oh, just like, oh, it's so easy.
Yeah, people make it out to be
it
as
wouldn't
if
be
it's
an
a
easy
quick
job.
flick for money, but
no, it's not. And it would come with a lot of emotional baggage, 100%.
But if you can detach from that, yes.
Aye.
Do you know what I mean?
But then it's like, do you know that saying? It's like it's £26,000. That's a lot of money. That could change your life, basically. So
Yeah.
I said, but I think you've done the right thing. But I understand that. Like,
I understand the second
because it sounds like
guessing.
all you had to really do
Yeah.
was something so small. But then think of the damage that likely would have came with that, and like, you know, I think dirty money never feels.
Yeah.
It
You would
never
have felt
feels good.
tarnished after that,
No,
I
and
think.
it never feels like you achieved something. You feel it never feels the same.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then if you're the type of person that's a bit more like dog eat dog and you've one life to live and you're like, do you know what? I'm going to suck the 75-year-old man's dick and get the 26K and I'm going to fucking level up. Like, go for it. I'm for both.
I
If
would
it's
be
not
very for both.
I'm for both.
Yeah.
So, for instance, if you were turning around and telling us right now that you did it, I'd be like, do you know what I mean? But also, if you didn't, you know.
You do you.
Yeah.
So that's just, I think it comes down to like what type of person you are. And if you're listening to this, like what type of person you are. Like some people, it's not a strong value thing. They're able
No,
to detach. It's like, you know, you're just scratching an itch and away
Yeah.
you go when you have 26K rich. Or I'm not going to lie, I would actually whack 15 grand off it if I just had to give a hand job.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like 10K is a lot. And that's enough money. This podcast will cancel me someday.
I hope I don't.
But
I've got this new set and all. Like, I've no dignity left.
Let's go back to the hotline.
Let's go back to the hotline. Look, I hope that kind of helped. I don't know. I think, yeah.
Thanks for sending in.
I think I just need to maybe say as well, just as a disclaimer, like I am really classy and like my body count is under 10. I'm just putting it out there and nobody will believe me. But anyway, let's go back to the hotline.
Ooh. Wee bikini for £3 off Shane. Now do me. Really? They just knocked it a fucking minute apiece. No, you know what? No, fuck you. I'm not doing it. I'm not fucking doing it. Like, hang the fucking phone up. Not today. Not today. Oh, I'll definitely get my hole in that. Fuck this. I am not fucking paying enough for this. I'm going to back on fucking universal credit. Fuck that. Hello? You're through to the hotline.
Hello, you're through to the hotline.
I'm a guy for nearly 2 months now, and we decided that I was going to stay at his last weekend. So that obviously meant sex was finally on the cards.
Oh.
We were in the middle of the throes of passion, and I call out Mark, and then go, oh my God, cover my mouth and then my face, and he just stops, looks at me, and goes, well, I've never been called that before. Oh. His name's not Mark.
Oh no.
I felt awful. He laughed. I want to curl up and die. And he keeps laughing. And he's totally fine about it. And I keep apologising. And we move on. Everything's fine. But now he thinks it's hilarious to keep teasing me about the fact that I called him Mark the first time we had sex. And I'm never going to live it down.
Stop. That's more common than you think.
Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh, really?
Oh, yeah.
Kirstyn. We'll not dig too much with that. Kirstyn has a story time. No, it's more common than we think.
Oh,
Here, hats off to your man
Hats
for
off.
taking that
Yeah.
off.
Hats off for
to
taking
him.
it on the chin. Hats off for
Yeah.
sharing a story with us.
And not
Because
being,
I
like,
think
a
a lot of
cunt about
people
it.
listening
Yeah.
will relate to this one.
Yeah.
Because some guys can be absolute dicks about that.
Really?
Like,
yeah.
and you know what? It happens, but fair play to him.
But then tell me this, if you were called the wrong name, how would you
Oh,
feel?
I'd throw a
yeah, you
fucking
say,
wobbler. I'd throw a wobbler. And it's happened.
I love the girls. Double standards.
It is,
Like, I
double
love the
standards.
girlies.
He'd be chucked out in a bed.
See,
Oh, I'd be fucking raging.
it's one of those things because she's
But
probably
it's also an innocent mistake.
Yeah.
Like, for instance, right, so how long? We maybe need to give a bit of context to that. I think if you're maybe like been seeing somebody, and this is like, you know, that's a bit more understandable, okay? But if you were in, like, say, like a year, 2-year relationship,
Yeah, like a
and
deep-
out of the
yeah,
blue,
yeah.
they said like Jessica or something,
That would
you
be,
would, yeah.
yeah.
As
Like,
she said there, it's like it seems like they've only kind of started
Yeah.
seeing each other.
It's,
Do you know what I mean?
It's early
So-
days. Yeah.
and it's one of those things. It'll probably be a joke forever,
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
And
she's
sometimes
probably,
like an icebreaker. Sometimes
Yeah.
then wee funny things are nearly like always like your wee connection thing.
But-
like your
she's probably not thinking about it like
No.
that. She's like,
I know
oh my
what
god,
she's
this
thinking.
this can't go any further.
like control alt
She
delete
thinks
control.
she's ruined it. And she's
Yeah.
like, oh my God, we're done. We're over.
No.
But he seems...
What a top bloke being able
Like,
to take it
yeah,
on the chin and
fair
have a
play to
sense
him.
of humor with it, and not being. But then that's clearly a very secure guy.
That's a secure man. He knows
Yeah.
in himself.
Yeah,
This is
and has
nowhere,
likely done it before too.
and this
Yeah.
is nowhere near as serious, but
Yeah.
like when I started going with Nicole,
Yeah.
I spelled her name wrong.
Yes.
And I like told a wee white lie, and I was like, "Oh no, I spelled like I got mixed up because I have a cousin called Nicole, and that's why she spells it." And obviously, like she got to know me and realized I don't have a cousin called Nicole.
Where's this cousin?
So she's
Stop.
and like me and Nicole are together now, 13 years.
Oh my god.
Wow.
And
Yeah.
she still slags me.
Would
about
she still
that.
bring that up?
She
Aye.
still brings
There's always
that up.
that wee. Yeah.
So like that's in the same vein. I could see that
I
being
like-
that
yeah.
they're
Yeah.
Their
always
thing-
going to have
their
a
thing.
laugh about that.
Yeah.
But like it's innocent. It's I don't.
Yes.
You know.
I think
that's
completely
grand.
innocent, and sometimes it's them. Sometimes them moments you nearly think like, oh, or nearly like, it's like kind of like it's. I think it's very endearing. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But there is a difference in that. And there's a difference if you were going with somebody for a long period of time,
Oh,
or
yeah.
say even like like regular, like say being regularly like
Yeah.
active with them, or you have like some sort of a connection,
Yeah.
and it's kind of like you and them, and then this random name just comes out of the blue. It would really, I think, fuck up the trust. Number one, because you'd be like, who the fuck's that other person? Why is like it just would be
Yes.
very
Yeah.
out of the blue, and it would knock your self esteem. I
A
think.
weird wee bit, yeah. I
Yeah.
think.
But
Oh no, like a lot.
Whereas
Like a
this,
lot.
I feel like this is like a funny pet name
Yeah.
they'll have for each other.
Yeah.
Like they'll call each
Like,
other
"Huh,
Mark.
Huh,"
Right,
like,
Mark,
yeah.
what's happening? You know,
Yes,
like
yes, yeah.
So
But I would love to know. So you see, if you are listening right now, I don't know if you will comment. If you have the balls to comment, we'll appreciate it. Underneath this episode, have you ever done this before? Or either let us know on our socials. I wish sometimes with podcasts we can make like a poll interaction where
Yes.
people are listening and
Yeah.
they can interact with the episode, because I think that
I think it's happened a lot more than people think.
I think people have done it more than, and I would. And which gender do you think has made the mistake more? Do you think females
I
are more
think-
forgetful, or do you think males are?
I think males.
I don't know. I
don't
I think
know.
there's more of a taboo around males doing it.
Yeah.
So
So
I
nearly-
feel like they were more careful.
They're more hypersensitive to not do that.
Yes.
I
Yeah.
think it's just. I don't know.
I don't know. Maybe it's
Dunno.
not. I don't know. Be interesting to know
It
though,
would,
wouldn't
though.
it? Yeah. We need to do a survey maybe someday down
Yeah.
the line. That could be
Yeah.
another episode.
and give us an at for Mark. We need to like see Mark.
What do you mean, like visually?
Yeah, we need to see Mark.
Yeah. Like, does he look like a mark? Do you know what I mean?
I think she was just swept up in the moment. It was just like.
Mark. Yeah.
Maybe it was a celebrity one.
Like maybe like, was that Mark Zuckerberg or Mark, what's his name? Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahlberg.
Well, yeah, he's,
Definitely more
uh,
Mark Wahlberg.
Mark Wahl. Oh my god. Yeah, like if you're screaming his name during sex, 100%. Do you know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
Meanwhile, like, what would be a name that would be such like a no, like,
Herman.
oh my god, I like
Cricket.
or Edward. What do you say, Cricket? I like
That's
That's so, like, very like Bianca EastEnders
Yeah.
vibes.
That's
Like,
like
yeah.
because you're not confused. Not that was definitely an axe.
But you
what I
know,
mean?
but I'm telling you, you see someone with a cricket, you know he'd fuck you good. Do you know what I mean? Do you know what I mean?
I get you.
Oh my god, like 100%. Like, yeah.
that is quality.
Yeah. Thanks.
These have been great.
These have actually.
That really, I must say before we continue with this hotline, guys, thanks so much for just being a good sport and getting involved in these, because obviously, you know, you're sending a voice note in, but this is just, we're all together. We're a big community here in this podcast and we're just having a laugh, but honestly, these are a gig. But you know what? I feel that phone's ringing. I'm going to check in with Kirstyn and see if there's anybody else on this fucking hotline.
Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Right.
Hello, you're through to the hotline.
Question, like I've been asking it for years and I can never find anyone who knows a definite answer. basically, like the likes of tolls and Applegreen, obviously they're on like big motorways. So when you work in the toll, how do you get to work? And how do you go home? Because it's a one-way road. Do you know what I mean? It's the same with Applegreen. Like, it's a one-way road. So how do they get home? Or how do they get to work if they live on the other side? Do you know what I mean? I feel like this one keeps me up at night, and I feel like it could be a very simple answer, but I genuinely need to know the answer to this.
Fuck this shit.
That is a great question.
That is 5 o'clock in the morning. The birds are coming out. And now the playlist on Spotify is switched up to Dido or Lana Del Rey. And there's a fucker in the corner that's just come out with that. And everybody's fucking mind's blown.
Right when May ring a taxi home.
Do you want me to tell you something? I remember thinking that one time. My mind has been blown about that before. Like, that's not an out of the blue thought for me. And I remember actually asking, but this is the worst part, you'll be fucking raging. I remember actually stopping in the toll bridge and asking the worker on the toll bridge this question, but I fucking forget the answer.
Fuck's sake.
I know.
Because, right,
So the toll worker.
Applegreen, right, I think
I haven't a fucking clue.
It's an easy enough thing for Applegreen because, like, yes, it will be a pain for whoever works there. But, like, you just take the next junction.
Yeah.
It is
Right.
It is going to be a pain, but that's just the way it works.
Right. So it's kind of like if I'm working in an Apple, so I nearly have to say, I'll have to go to the next part to go across a bridge on a motorway
Yeah.
to get over to the other side to come back to wherever my route
Yeah.
was. Right.
Yeah. Which
Right,
is a
that's-
pain.
But it's a pain in the ass and it's a bit of a jump, but you'll get there.
Yeah.
Meanwhile, like, you would nearly think that everybody in Applegreen just like lives in Applegreen because
And-
anytime you go to an Applegreen, it's always, well, obviously because they work there, it's the same people.
Yeah. And I've pulled up in an Applegreen at, like, 1 o'clock in the morning
Mm-hmm.
and there's no cars
Yeah.
apart from mine,
Mhm.
but there's somebody working in it.
Right.
I'm like, how'd he get there?
It's like as if they like live there, like they're in a bunker. Do you know what I mean?
Underground.
And that's why I used to always think
Liminal
about a toll
space.
bridge, like they're living in like a bunker.
Yeah. Meanwhile, the toll thing is, like, completely different because where do they park their cars?
Yeah. So
I know.
And do they have to pay?
I wish I remember the actual official answer here.
I know
but
what
this
to
was
do. They have to pay.
Or
they have to pay the toll bridge. No, they
Here's-
don't have to pay
No,
the toll bridge.
no.
I would say they don't have to pay tolls. There would have to be a parked out job.
I
they don't have
wonder.
to.
Yeah.
I wonder if there's like a wee shuttle bus like you get with like an airplane,
Yeah.
And,
and
you
you
think the
park
shuttle...
you park your car somewhere else, and
And
the
they pick
shuttle
you up.
bus takes you through.
But
and
then
then
how does the
takes-
shuttle bus take you to the toll bridges?
It just drives. To...
Like, so it drives, but does it drive through one toll bridge and then everybody hops out like elves and
Yes.
goes into their wee huts?
Yes,
Is that what you think?
that's yeah.
Right, because then I had
In
a theory.
essence.
I don't know if this is true or not, but I have a funny feeling that this is maybe what the person. I don't know. I forget the answer, but I have a funny feeling there's maybe like a car park at one of the sides of the road, and I think everybody goes underground.
That's actually a really good theory.
I
though, if you
think
about
everybody.
it.
I think everybody goes underground,
And then they
right?
come
Oh
up.
my god.
And then you go up like I think
Yeah.
there's like an
Ah.
underground like toll community, and I think all the trolls.
It's like the catacombs.
All the like wee trolls, like the wee ones with the hair. All the wee trolls go to the tolls. Like it's gonna be like, I think you go underground. It's like a bunker basement kind of thing, and then say toll one's there, and it's like, hey Sheila, right here, have a good day. Oh fuck me, ready to collect more euros. Here we go. And then everybody,
Climbing up
and
their
then
wee ladder.
everybody's going up their ladders, and then you shut up into your wee box cabana or whatever the fuck you want to call that, and then you're ready to what? Like you're ready to go.
The
Like
thing that baffles me is where's the toilet?
oh my god,
Oh my.
oh my
How
god.
did they go to the toilet?
How the fuck did? I'd say their seat has a hole in it.
Do you think so?
Yeah. But why do we think the toll jobs are so like...
That's
Secret.
Why is
Aye.
it a secret? Why
Why?
is that
Just
not
There's
tell
well
us.
something
documented?
very mystique about a toll
What are they
bridge.
hiding?
I don't know.
See?
But technically all
I'm
they're
asking
doing...
ChatGPT.
But
as
all
we
they're
speak.
doing is opening a gate. Are you asking ChatGPT? Because I suppose we need an answer here. We can't leave the girl hanging. Then another theory I kind of thought was that they maybe started at some really like their road time was maybe say like 3 o'clock in the morning. So someone does 3 to 3.
Yeah.
Or like, I don't know, something like that there anyways. And like they all just like run across the road when it's really quiet.
Like sprint.
Like, fuck, everybody get to your huts.
Take cover.
Like nearly like a battlefield kind of vibe. Like everybody's running,
God.
run, like
No,
a
what I
charge
hate-
in.
No, what I hate the sort of anarchy of like when you come out of the toll
Yeah,
and there's like no lanes.
and everybody, it's kind of like we're all
Slushed.
yeah,
Oh my god! And
Do you know
everybody's just for themselves.
Yeah. yeah.
And you just have to be all like macho about it.
And the
or
only way I
something.
can describe it is nearly like a frib. Like, do you
Oh,
know,
yes,
like say
yes.
for instance, you've drained all like the yogurt out of the frib, and it's this wee skinny bit of the frib, but then all the yogurt's at the bottom, and everybody's just all like. Does that make sense?
I get you.
I think if you're listening, you'll not get that. If you're watching, you might get it. Actually, no, I don't think anybody's going to get what I'm meaning. But you're all just merging in
Yes.
into one lane. It's about like, what the fuck's going on here?
Yeah, I don't like that.
It's similar to like the Springfield Road, the traffic lights. Honestly,
my
like
God.
Belfast City Council get that sorted. Like, but
Mhm.
that's a story for another day. You know. So, do we know?
ChatGPT gave me a very underwhelming answer, and I don't think it's very specific to like
Right.
the
It has to be something exciting.
the M1 toll because it says that there's like employee car parks
Right.
nearby usually,
Mm-hmm.
and there's access roads and there's on-premise buildings
Right.
for them to use
Okay.
for like toilets and stuff.
Right.
But when I'm picturing tolls,
But I've looked at all this. I've looked at all the tools, and I've
can't
looked to the left and I've looked to the right,
There's
and I don't
nothing.
see much.
No. All I can imagine is the open. Like, how are they getting out? Without getting knocked down?
there's
I don't
something
think, but they
fishy
can't get out. I don't think.
going on. Are there doors on the on the wee toll booths?
I've never
I don't
noticed.
know. I've looked. I don't think so.
I've never noticed. Blink twice if you're in danger.
Yeah,
It's,
I don't think they
And I
actually
have-
exist.
I need to go down to Dublin.
We need to inspect
This is going to fry my fucking
We need
brain.
to inspect
We need
this.
an answer here that we can't leave this hang. There's any comment section again,
Please.
please.
Do you or does any of your family or friends work in a toll booth? And
Can provide us.
can they tell us what the crack is here?
Like, imagine somebody's working in their toll booth
Listen
and they're
to
listening
this.
to us right now.
They're probably pissing themselves off.
Like, we're fucking idiots.
Yeah.
But we don't know.
We just
So
wanna
unfortunately,
know.
tell our listener that sent into the hotline, we don't even know the answer either.
I,
And the worst part is, I bloody fucking stopped one time and asked the girl in the toll bridge, but I
and you
forget. I forget the fucking answer.
So I think that concludes.
Yeah.
The hotline's closed for the day.
Yeah.
It's like trying to ring up your GP after 2:00.
You're
You're not getting for.
You're not getting through. You gotta get up, honestly, when it comes to the GP, you gotta get up at fucking 4 o'clock in the
You do.
morning. And when the clock strikes 8, you gotta be ready.
Kirstyn's away home. She's not answering anymore.
No, Kirstyn's away. She's clocked out, honestly. Scav her. I swear, Avoca, you can fucking have her. But like, I hope you have enjoyed this episode, the way we've kind of formatted it and stuff. We thought we'd give it a bit more of like a,
Production.
doing dilemmas, but give it a bit more of like a GCSE drama twist, So if you've been watching it, I'm sure you've enjoyed it. And if you've been listening, I'm hoping that you've been able to follow it. But yes, that is us officially back. It is Pride Month. Don't forget, guys, the link below, Wavy Ice, you can get your Pride bundles. 100% of the proceeds are all going to the Rainbow Project, which does so much for the LGBTQIA plus community, which I'm a part of. So fucking click that link. I'm only joking, but no, do please, because it's amazing. This is Pride, and we need to obviously spread awareness and celebrate everything with us all. But yes, that's everything from myself. Got the new studio. Shout out again, AP Events. Thanks, Kirstyn. Thanks, Sean. We had fun today.
Yeah.
Big time.
This is us
Yeah,
officially.
this is
We're in
great.
the city.
Woohoo!
We've done
City
a
girls.
City Girls. We've done a coffee run and all that there. We're living the Cosmo life. So, there's loads happening now. We're really kind of moving in like a new fun direction. Loads of good guests coming up this month as well. Everything's just fun and flamboyant. And apologies again for not having an episode last week. But that's us back. We're in our new studio.
The hotline will be back. So get thinking,
Yeah.
send in your stories
Yeah.
and your dilemmas.
We've had a lot of stars. We've had Country Club star. We've had
Yep.
person that forgot the name during sex star. We've had Tollbridge Dilemma girl. We have had. Was there another one?
Friend dilemma.
Friend Dilemma. We've had a good range. That's been juicy.
Yeah. Now what I'm wondering
What?
if
We need to updates. We need to find out everything.
yeah, I wonder if Bridget Jones is among our
I know.
No, I don't
Longer
think
voice
so.
notes. No.
Do you think so?
No,
No, 'cause it-
she's
we-
more for the pen
Yeah.
and paper.
No, that's a pen and paper, I think, Diva. No.
She'd post it to us.
No, we'd be getting a letter in a
Yeah.
bottle, 100%. But look, if you want to be a part of the hotline is always open. Just send your voice note to the Pop My Cherry social page. Ideally Instagram. If you send us your voice note on Instagram, you could be featuring in the next hotline episode. So if you have enjoyed this feature, let us know. It's something that we'll keep, and we're going to have loads of guests coming up this month. Everything fun, fabulous, flamboyant, and shout out again to Wavy Eyes for sponsoring this episode. And don't forget to grab your Pride bundle. So from myself, Gerry, from Prodigy Kirstyn, and producer Sean, that is the hotline closed.
You want me to what? 25 grand? Fuck, our pay's better than a shithole. Here, I'll meet you at the back.